Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the best budget CPU air coolers in the market for this year. First, we're going to show you our top 10 best picks, and we'll talk about what you should look for before buying a budget CPU air coolers. You can find links to all of the products we've mentioned in this video down in the description below. Let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo V2. Long-lasting, versatile, and high-performing, the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo V2 might be a mouthful to say, but it is a strong budget choice for your setup. Installation may be a little bit of a challenge, but once you get this installed into your rig, you will see great results. The Hyper 212 Evo V2 is an excellent mid-sized and well-priced cooler that is not only compatible with almost all Intel and AMD CPUs, but its asymmetrical pipe and fin design mean that, with most builds, you won't cover up any RAM slots or components. Additionally, with 4 heat pipes, a large array of heatsink fins, and the second most powerful fan on this list, adding this component to your case can drop the temperatures of even the most powerful CPUs. Installation can be tricky. You may find the included picture instructions incredibly easy to follow, but you may also want to check out some videos to make sure you know exactly which parts go where and how to apply the included thermal paste. Installation is likely the biggest challenge with this cooler, as the instructions may be hard to follow and there are a decent number of components. However, adding a spacer may make it easier, and thankfully, it does not require any tools to get set up. Another minor drawback is the 2-year warranty. Most mishaps are likely going to happen in installation, so the warranty should be okay. But after 24 months, you are on your own. However, this is more than made up for by its expected long lifetime. Its predecessor, the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, has the longest reported life of any of the other coolers on this list. So it's safe to assume you can expect the same quality and longevity with the Hyper 212 Evo V2. With a fair price point comparable to other lower performing coolers, the investment is well worth it. Moving on to the next at number 2 with ARESGAME River 5. If you are looking for something that combines price, performance, and personalization, then you will find it hard to beat the ARESGAME River 5. This mid-size cooler provides excellent airflow while staying quiet, while it outranks most of its competitors when it comes to cooling, and looks great while doing it. It's still a relatively new product, and we can't be sure how long it's going to last. However, it looks and feels high quality and should stick with you for a while. Compatible with almost all Intel and AMD CPUs, this unit is easy to install and does not take up too much space in your case. When you open the box, you will find the easy install mounting bracket, a tube of thermal paste with applicator, and all the bolts, clips, and bearings to quickly assemble the cooler. ARESGAME does a great job of walking you through the installation and has video support in case reading the directions isn't your thing. Once you get the cooler up and running, you will find that it is a solid size but doesn't get in the way. The direct contact, heat pipes, and heatsink fins are big enough to provide plenty of cooling power but positioned so that they don't hang over the RAM slots. This means that once you put the cooler in, you don't have to take it off to swap out parts on your rig. Even when the fan is attached and pushing that hot air away, you will not have to worry about it getting in the way. The number 3 position is held by Scythe Mugen 5 Rev.B, an upgrade on an already solid air cooler. The Scythe Mugen 5 Rev.B has added compatibility to AMD and for CPUs, making it compatible with nearly all Intel and AMD processors. This monster of a cooler is a high-quality build that is easy to install, provides excellent cooling power, and will last a long time. While not the largest cooler on this list, the Mugen 5 Rev.B is by no means a small physical footprint. If you are looking for a compact cooler, then you may want to move on. However, if you have the space in your case, then the Mugen 5 Rev.B is an excellent option. The asymmetrical design and shorter heatsink fins at the bottom mean that it should not block RAM slots, although you may have to take the heatsink off to switch them out. It is not overly large or unwieldy, but you will definitely notice that the Mugen 5 Rev.B is there, coming with its own screwdriver and thermal paste. Installation of the Rev.B is incredibly easy. The provided instructions are detailed, but not overly complicated. The tools and hardware provided make setup a breeze, and once you get it on, you are good to go. It may also have a slightly higher price point, but it performs just as Wireless coolers that cost twice as much, and the easy installation means you will likely be happy with the investment. The Scythe Mugen 5 Rev.B is all about performance. With 6 direct contact heat pipes, and a large array of heatsink fins, you will likely see a marked drop in average temperatures, even when overclocking. Next at number 4 we have Noctua NHL965. Known for high-quality coolers, Noctua has hit gold with this low-profile budget cooler. The Noctua NHL965 might not have the overall cooling power of some of the others on this list, but its small size and long life make it a great choice for your build. If you aren't paying close attention, you may not notice that the NHL965 is even there. By far the smallest cooler on this list. You can easily put this into your case and still have plenty of room to work and upgrade without any issue. However, the Noctua's greatest strength may also be its greatest weakness. While the airflow and fan speed should be more than enough to keep your CPU cool, it, unfortunately, falls near the bottom when looking at sheer cooling power. The small fan punches way above its weight, but only has 2 heat pipes, and a smaller array of heatsink fins means that this cooler can't compete with some of the larger models. So, you might ask, why is this cooler a good buy? Well, to start, the NHL965 is compatible with many Intel and AMD builds and works wonders in space-restricted builds. If you have the space and more powerful components, then you may want to look at something with a little bit more oomph. But overall, the Noctua is an excellent choice for any mid-range and compact build. Additionally, installation is a breeze. Initially, you will have to get to the backside of your motherboard, but after that, it's a walk in the park. The brackets are of good quality and easy to align, and their small size and weight make it easy to maneuver into the perfect position, just like its small physical profile. It has a very small audio profile as well. While you may be able to hear it when running at 100%, but even then, it is no louder than a whisper. Additionally, its long life and 6-year warranty mean that you can be gaming with this compact and quiet cooler for years without worry. The price point is a little higher than some of the competition, but still fair, and with its ease of installation and long life, it's a comfortable investment. The number 5 position is held by Scythe Ninja 5, an expensive silent giant. The Scythe Ninja 5 has the highest price point and the biggest physical footprint of any of the budget coolers discussed. But as the name suggests, it is also the quietest. A very solid choice for performance, compatibility, and sound as long as you have the space in your case. A good way to describe this unit might be if Godzilla was a ninja. The Ninja 5 has 6 heat pipes, like the Mugen 5 before it, but this unit includes a larger array of heatsink fins and 2 fans. While these fans operate at a relatively low rate, the dual action means that they can easily push the warm air out while pulling the cool air in. Further, with the massive array of fins and the high number of pipes, this unit can cool down even the most taxing processors, and does so quietly, because the fans rotate at such a low rate, and there is a lot of surface area. Even when overclocked, the Ninja 5 is almost completely silent, as long as you have the space for it. Not only does the Ninja 5 offers high performance, but it is also easy to install, coming with a screwdriver designed specifically for the hardware, and its own thermal paste installation is straightforward and easy. The number 6 position is dominated by Arctic Freezer 34 Sports Duo. The Arctic Freezer 34 Sports Duo provides a solid performance while offering an aesthetically pleasing addition to your build. Its mid-range price point makes it an easy option, assuming you have a compatible CPU. With a tricky installation process, this cooler is a good mid-sized option if you are looking to dazzle your desktop. One of the things that the Arctic Freezer 34 Sports Duo struggles with is compatibility. Working on a small range of Intel processors and only the AMD and for CPUs, you need to ensure that this cooler will work for you before making the investment. The other main struggle of the 34 Sports Duo is installation. Assuming you have a compatible processor, getting the screws to align and keeping the base plate can be tricky, making for a potentially frustrating process to get the cooler into your case. However, once installed, the unit provides competitive cooling and looks nice while doing it. While it doesn't have any RGB capabilities, this coloring on this cooler provides just enough pop to add some personality to your PC. As a mid-size cooler, the 34 Sports Duo sits comfortably on the CPU without overlapping any RAM slots or components, meaning that once it is installed, you don't have to worry about taking it out to upgrade or switch parts. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Scythe Big Shuriken 3. Like the Noctua, The Scythe Big Shuriken 3 is a good cooler for compact builds, slightly bigger, and a little louder than the Noctua. The Shuriken is compatible with a wide range of CPUs and offers a high performance, especially for its size, coming in just under the price point of the other compact cooler. The Big Shuriken 3 is at a good price point because it offers a lot of performance for your dollar. With 5 heat pipes, this air cooler is strategic in its use of space to allow for maximum heat dispensation. While it does have a rather small array of heatsink fins, the fan provides better airflow than many of the other full-size coolers. Utilizing the standard HBMS Roman 3 mounting system that the other Scythe coolers use, the installation of this unit is very easy and straightforward. While considered a compact cooler, its size splits the difference between the Noctua and the other mid-sized options. While it may not be the most compact on the list, its smaller size means that you can easily put it into any compact build and not have to worry about the overlap of RAM or component slots. Compatible with nearly all AMD and Intel processors, the Shuriken 3 is a great option if you are trying to save space without sacrificing performance. However, when running full tilt, the fan noise is noticeable. Unlike the Ninja, which is enormous but silent, the Shuriken 3 provides a compact package but will whisper to you, reminding you that it is there. The number 8 position is held by ID Cooling C234 ARC. Like the ARESGAME, the ID Cooling C234 ARC is a solid choice for combining price, performance, and personalization. While the C234 ARC is still a solid budget option, its price point is still fair but slightly higher. Dips in comparative performance and can be a challenge to install. You may read this and think that overall, it is a less efficient and more expensive version of the ARESGAME River 5, and for the most part you would probably be right. However, the C234 ARC is a solid cooler for the price, and it has a pretty solid redeeming factor. It comes with a dedicated RGB controller in case your motherboard does not have RGB compatibility, while not integral to the overall performance of the cooler. This is a feature that may help save time, money, and effort when putting your PC together. The ID Cooling series has a smaller range of compatibility than many of the other units on this list, working with most of the common Intel CPUs but only compatible with the AMD Ampere series. While this means that it works with current-gen processors, the ID Cooling C series will work if you have an older AMD build. Installation of the C234 ARC could be potentially frustrating. The instructions are basic but potentially too basic, as they may not provide enough direction to easily follow. Additionally, the images are small and difficult to understand, and there are a couple of tricky steps that are not explained very well. Next at number 9 we have ID Cooling C914 XD Basic. The ID Cooling C914 XD Basic has the lowest price point, but it seems that you get what you pay for. Similar in build to the C234 ARC, this cooler is a solid option, but compared to other coolers in the market, comes up short in performance and compatibility. Compatible with a decent range of Intel CPUs. On the AMD, the C914 XD only works with the Ampere. This mid-size cooler is slightly smaller than others, but not small enough to be considered compact. It will fit in most builds and does not overlap RAM slots or components, while still offering a solid array of heatsink fins. It seems that its slightly smaller size may impact its overall performance. While not weak by any means, the C914 XD is 4 heat pipes and a full-size high-capacity fan. However, its airflow is only slightly more than that of the Noctua and less than the Big Shuriken 3. As far as performance goes, this cooler will get most jobs done, but might not work for more aggressive builds. On the flip side, when running all out, the unit produces a slightly lower than average amount of noise. Somewhat noticeable if you are paying attention and putting a heavy load on the CPU. When running at normal levels, the cooler is basically silent. Installation is relatively straightforward. You may run into some trouble in getting the bracket in place, but overall, it should not present too much of a challenge. Once it is in place, the unit is very solid, and you don't have to worry about wiggle or movement. Additionally, since it is sized to ensure access to the rest of your components, you won't have to remove it unless you decide to swap it out or move it to another build. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Arctic Freezer 7X. Coming in at the second lowest price point, the Arctic Freezer 7X is a decent option on a tight budget. With average performance compatibility, this cooler's bright spot is the ease of installation. Like the ID Cooling C914 XD, with this low price point, It seems that there is a sacrifice of performance making the overall value questionable. With very few parts to handle and even pre-applied thermal paste, the Arctic Freezer 7X is incredibly simple to install. If you have a tight setup, you may encounter some difficulty, but overall installation is straightforward. You may see the pre-application of the paste as a setback since you are not able to add, remove, or ensure that it is spread to your liking. But overall, this cooler is a breeze for rookie builders. As far as performance and compatibility are concerned, the 7X comes up a little short. While it is not the least compatible cooler discussed, it works with 6 Intel processors and only 3 AMD CPUs. In regard to performance, the 2 heat pipes and a slightly smaller array of heatsink fins mean that it will do fine in keeping you cool, as long as you are not overclocking the CPU. The high-capacity fan offers pretty average airflow, but since it can heat up easier than others, it airs on the louder side when running at full capacity. While no space shuttle, you will likely notice the noise as you are running this cooler. However, at this price point, a little noise can be expected, and to be fair, it is quieter than some other budget coolers. That's all for today. We upload computer and accessories product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.